Hello. So this is a little glute and hammy slash hip release with a chair. So just make sure you've got a chair that's got like a taller part and then a shorter part. And then it's pressed up against something that can't move. First movement is just to stand nice and straight on that supporting leg, relatively straight line from your head to your bottom foot, and flex the top foot, and then start to square and unsquare your hips. So opening and then closing them. If you've got the flexibility, you can do this with your hands on the chair, and you try to feel all of the negative space pressing down into this area and down where you've got the nice support through your hamstring. Obviously there's no physical support, but like it feels nice and comfy. So we wave for a little bit there and then flex the foot. Think about dragging my belly forward, but then lowering down. And then from there, little movements, you're kind of like flossing out through all the nerves there. Hold it. And lift coming up. You can do a nice little leaning moment back as well to feel that opening through the back hip, using your hands to press your back hip forward into extension. Otherwise you take like a modified pigeon pose where it's not completely pigeon because you could have your knee on the couch. Hi Jake. Because you could have your knee, on the chair, but it's obviously in the chill space here. And I'm turned out. You can turn out through your bottom foot as well, but my turnout is no good. So I'll lift my same hip as knee that's up, and then lower. So you lift up and lower. And lower. And when you lower, walk your hands forward, little pulses forward and back. Just taking it really slowly. Sinking forward, still not in a full pigeon. You can even bend and straighten the back knee. And as you straighten the back knee, try to think about back hip coming forward, scooping under. And you could add lots more variations. You could bend to one side. You can even do, some more stuff when you're in this position. I find that's really nice for the inner thigh to load up some weight there. But being that this is a short little leg release, we're going to get over to the other side. My hips feel nice. So other leg on the couch, you call it a couch, chair. And then starting to wave, those hips open. Close, and again I'm pressing my body weight down into this space here and keeping it down as I move with the leg. Hold forward on any of those little angles, keeping the foot flexed, drag your belly towards your leg, and if you want you can even try to lift that leg a little, extend and lower, flex the feet, turn the feet out. And there's a nice moment where you also get a bit of calf and Achilles release through the chair. Flexing and holding. open. Remember, back leg is there for you to lean back into, or over rather. Take a little bend, straighten in any position. Getting used to taking the stretches that actually feel best for your body and what your body needs, instead of, just following a template, because whilst that may be good, it's probably not the most efficient thing to do. We take the leg into that half pigeon position, little pulses forward and back. This leg is much tighter all the time, so keep that foot flexed. Whoa, I was gonna stack it. Bend through the bottom knee, straighten. The more I extend out through that bottom hip, and then think about lifting that hip and lowering. Lifting that hip and lowering. And I was inspired to make this by this stretch girl I follow online. She did something with a chair. It made me think of how I always do my glutes with the chair. Or my hamstrings and hips as well. Hold this side for like another 30 seconds or so. You can press that knee down with your arm. Bending and straightening, then eventually release. Cool. So now's the time you can turn the chair in the other direction, or if you do have a couch like I obviously have just there, you can use it. My friend calls this the biscuit, so I just use this for my bottom knee. But we're taking elevated pigeon. So this is where we will have an actual parallel leg, and that's kind of nice because I've got this space on either side, of the chair, so that my foot and knee can stay aligned in there. And first thing I'm going to do is press up and feel lots of the weight in my back leg, but also in my arms, and I'm taking little pulses to try to sink my way through now this position. It's pretty strong from the get-go, so I lower my knee, and then little sinks, squaring off my hips. And then again I rise up, trying to think about coming forward, maybe even arching back and then drop my knee. And if you've got a smooth surface like I have underneath me, like something slippery, then you can try to also lengthen that out. Hold. We release. And then switch sides, but Olivia is right there, so I don't know if she's going to let me. Can I put my leg on the couch, please? On the chair. So this side is much tighter, so I need a lot more of my hands in that back leg, and I'm pressing through little rocks and little sinks. That back hip is trying to drive into the negative space. I've had enough already because that was hard. My front foot is flexed. And I'm pressing in. I'm going to do one more lift. straightening through that back leg, maybe leaning back. Just as long as my back is actually warm enough to do that. And then lowering the knee. And I've lost my front leg a little bit there, but you get the idea. Try and lean that back. Try and sit back. And then I come out. And the last thing I do is find an elevated lunge. So my back knee is on the biscuit, my front foot is on the chair, and I'm trying to find the straightest position between my bottom knee and my top knee. I'm squeezing my bottom glute under, and I can even hold my hands around my front knee to feel that squeeze there. Use my hands to pull myself forward. And then if you want your hamstrings are warm enough, you could go into your own little series here where you split all the way back. I don't want to move my couch too much. No, good. Oh, my hips are pretty tight today. That's not really going to happen. And then you finish with the other side. So back knee, you push, high lunge, my foot's just on the edge of the chair, and trying to keep it as straight as possible, clasping my hands around my shin. Squeezing in. That's a nice one actually. We should have done that. Open the leg, come in. Anyway. Push back a little. And then again, if my hamstring's feeling warm, my hips feeling warm, which is not. Once again. In. In. In.